So what's going on, guys? I'm Black Ops Amazing. Welcome back to another video on the channel where we've just gotten some information to do with a live service COD Zombies game that was apparently cancelled. We've heard for years and years that we should have been getting a standalone COD Zombies. That information was given to us by some very credible leakers within the community, and I also think a lot of it was also just wishful thinking as well. It would make sense. COD Zombies is the biggest third mode we have. At the time of BO2, 3, 4, even the beginning of Cold War, it was huge, so to get a standalone Zombies mode kind of made sense to us. Whether it makes sense from Activision's point of view, from a monetary standpoint, I don't know, but considering Zombies Chronicles was the biggest selling DLC of that year when it released, not just for COD, any video game, I think it would do very well. That's just my opinion, but it's still under the Call of Duty name, so it would be called Call of Duty Zombies, and when you've got that title, Call of Duty, it's bound to sell a lot of copies whether it's a standalone Zombies game or not. So from everything we heard, Activision were definitely considering it, and actually they were more than doing that, because according to former Raven software employees, in 2011, Raven was working on a COD Zombies live service game. That was until Treyarch said no. And then in 2019, Raven was working on reviving one of their classic IPs until Activision cancelled the project in favour of Warzone. So if we just go ahead and take a look at these claims that were put up on LinkedIn by former Raven employees. If you don't know what these are basically job descriptions. We'll start off with the 2011 post where this Raven employee said he was a lead designer on an unreleased Call of Duty Zombies live service game. Between November 2011 and June 2012 for 8 months, he was the lead designer on an ambitious new COD Zombies live service project, which was cancelled by Activision, that of course owned the part of that COD IP and wanted it back. So that's super interesting. Back in 2011, which would have been just 1 year after Black Ops 1 Zombies released, apparently, because of course people can lie on their CVs, so I'm not saying this is 100% factual, but we have a Raven software employee saying that in 2011, he was the lead designer on an ambitious COD Zombies live studio project. I mean, I think going back to that time, we kind of heard rumours of something like this, or at least something standalone for Zombies. It's interesting to note that this was as early as 2011/12, before BO2, but just after BO1, which was still very early on for Zombies. I would say it wasn't this huge game mode it is now. It was still not small, but definitely nowhere near as big as it is. So to know that they were planning to do this for Zombies back then when it wasn't huge in comparison is interesting, and that makes it all the more weird that we still don't have it all these years later. Over 10 years ago they were planning this. Zombies has gotten so much bigger and still we've got nothing alike. I would have loved this. And then we have another job description where again a Raven software employee is claiming he was the lead designer on an unreleased sequel to a classic Raven IP. Between June 2019 and March 2020, he was the lead designer on a very small incubated team on 2 highly playable, well-developed prototypes as proof of concept for a revival of a classic Raven IP. It was a part of the Activision Press Start initiative, which ended soon after Warzone launched and was successful. Now what exactly this was, I don't know. What was this unreleased sequel Raven were planning to release, and why would Activision put a stop to it because of Warzone's success? Surely if that was the case, then it must have been something similar to Warzone, but Raven aren't a main developer anyway. They're a, I guess, side studio. It feels bad saying that, but they help on a lot of different CODs, so it really could have been anything, I don't know. But just going back to this one for a second, because for some reason it totally went over my head. When this Raven employee says the live service COD Zombies project was cancelled due to an Activision studio, not Activision, of course that studio would have been Treyarch. They own, or well, they must do. I thought it was Activision that owned every single aspect of Call of Duty, which includes the Zombies mode, but this person is saying that an Activision studio owned that part of the COD IP, which is Zombies, so that must be Treyarch. I get Treyarch founded the mode, they created Zombies in the first place. Since then we've had loads of different versions of it from other developers. We've had Sledgehammer Zombies, Infinity Ward Zombies, so I can't see why Treyarch would cancel a Raven Zombies, unless they were specifically planning on using Treyarch's universe, everything to do with Zombies that belongs to them. Instead of Raven creating their own COD Zombies mode, they were planning on turning Treyarch Zombies into a live service project, which sounds even better and is even more disappointing to me why it was cancelled. I mean, I'm not mad at Treyarch for that. If they don't want other people playing with their Zombies mode, then that's fine, but it would have been really cool to see a live service Treyarch Zombies from Raven. I think they're good developers, but we never got it. How far into development they got, I don't know. Was it just an idea? Was it just a concept? Did they get a few months, a year into development? I don't know, but they do say Treyarch wanted that part of the IP back, which sounds like they did at least do something worthy. And what exactly a live service zombies game would entail anyway, I don't know, but to me it kind of sounds similar to a standalone zombies game, which we've been hearing about for years and years. This takes me back to 2021, where we had this tweet from Tom Henderson, who, if you know, is a very credible leaker, probably one of the best, where he said in February there is a separate Call of Duty Zombies project in early development that is currently not connected to any title. Now, since then we've heard absolutely nothing of this, but from the sounds of it, a separate COD Zombies project sounds like a standalone COD Zombies mode, kind of similar to a live service COD Zombies game. Whatever you want to call it, we've been hearing rumours and credible leaks of a standalone zombies for years and years. We've been given hope and it's been taken away from us. We've had some of the best leakers telling us it's in development, it's coming. We've had now these Raven developers saying, yeah, it was supposed to be a thing, but it got cancelled. How are we now in the year 2024 and we don't have this? It's something that we should have. I think COD Zombies has reached a point now where it's kind of outgrown the title of a third mode. To me, it could totally be its own separate game, just like the campaign. I think if Activision really wanted to, they could just turn COD's campaign into a 30-hour normal video game without multiplayer, without a third mode, just a standalone single-player game, and it would sell. They could do the same for multiplayer, chop out the campaign, chop out the third mode, and just give us a multiplayer game. I think for that they'd have to lower the price or make it free to play, but that would be doable. And it's the same for zombies. They could give us a standalone zombies game. As to what that would include, for me, I would love a zombies campaign. We've kind of seen that in BO3, but not really. It was essentially just BO3's campaign reskinned. It was terrible, but I would 100% play a zombies campaign. It would be different to other zombie video games that we have out there just because the mode works differently. It's not like a big open world where you go through and complete different objectives. I'm thinking like Days Gone. It's more of a map-to-map experience, but BO3 had a zombies campaign. It could work if it was specifically designed for zombies. There is a concept there to go off, but to me, the main thing that we'd have to get in a standalone zombies game is just frequent updates and maps. So right now you usually get about 1 zombies map on disc. It used to be 2, 3 or 4, and then 4 zombies maps per life cycle as we go on through the DLCs or seasons now. But if we get a standalone zombies game, I think we'd have to get a new zombies map every 2 months. I think something like 4 maps on disc and then a new map every other month as a part of a live service game would totally work, and that's something I would pay $70 for. You could even throw a game mode like MW3 Zombies in there as well, so you've got 3 different zombies modes to go off. You've got round-based, a campaign, and an open world. To me, that might be worth more than $70. It's something that's definitely doable, something that people would 100% play if it got frequent updates, which right now zombies, let's not lie, it doesn't get as much love as it used to, but it should do. It could be a thing, and it was planned to be a thing. What happened to this separate COD Zombies project that we were told about by Tom Henderson? Was it cancelled? I'm assuming so, and what this also tells us is multiple times over the past 10 plus years, Activision have at least thought of creating a standalone COD Zombies game. Once back in 2011-12, and if these leaks are to be believed, also in 2021. At least twice now, but I think it's more than that, Activision have thought of creating a standalone zombies game, but they haven't. Whether that will change in the future with Xbox now having taken over, I don't know. To be honest, I doubt it. I just can't see it happening, which it's disappointing, man. Let me know what you guys think about these. I will be reading your comments and I might reply to some of you guys if you have something interesting to say about them. Hopefully we get more stuff like this. Drop a like rating if you've enjoyed the video. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with latest content on the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, goodbye.